scenes and details may be intense or unsettling for certain viewers.
Welcome to the Cartel, where power, danger, and cash runs everywhere. You are the logistics lieutenant who makes trucks disappear on paper before they disappear on roads. You are standing in a dry port yard under floodlights, dust slicing through headlight beams. You are here because your boss needs a night convoy to roll clean, sealed, and silent. You are also here because a rival faction promised you new papers and a new life if you sink one shipment tonight. You have 30 seconds to choose, with engines idling and eyes on you. A reflective vest sticks to your back with sweat and grit. Your radio earpiece spits 2 voice notes back to back. One is the rival's offer, clipped and simple. One is Cartel HQ colder, reminding you that nothing touches this convoy. 2 semi-trucks wait, sealed container trailers like metal coffins. A clipboard runner shuffles beside you, trying to read your face. A forklift driver pauses mid-turn, pretending not to watch. The lead SUV sits with tinted windows, ready to pull. You check the seal numbers. You stamp them. Your hand hesitates just long enough for the runner to notice. The SUV driver leans out, staring. He needs your signal. The horn from the first truck blasts, impatient, loud enough to make the whole yard look. You swallow the moment. You wave them forward anyway, loyal on the surface, dangerous underneath. You thumb the key fob and feel the weight of it like a verdict. The manifest pouch hangs from your hand, zip-tied and official, the kind of thing that can kill people without firing a shot. You key the radio and keep your voice flat. Convoy rolling, you are lead. The gate swings open, the trucks creep into the dark, and you step into the SUV, already committed to sinking them. You slip into the export office trailer like you belong there because you do. Flickering fluorescent light turns every metal desk into a blade. The wall clock ticks too loud. The clerk behind the glass is half asleep and fully paid. You set the manifest pouch down and cut the zip tie without looking dramatic about it. Your hands don't shake, they never do when you're working. Paperwork spreads out like a map of lies. You slide out page 2. You replace it with your forged page, the one that changes the root code and makes the detour look routine. A clean swap, a clean betrayal. You re-zip tie the pouch with a matching serial tag. You press the new seal numbers onto the duplicate form with the stamp. The ink is crisp. The fraud is now real. You push the form under the glass. The clerk barely glances up. He rubber stamps it like it's the weather. He pushes it back. Your phone vibrates once. One word from the rival. Tonight, you tuck the manifest pouch under your jacket, tight against your ribs. You stand. You leave no scraps, no extra pages, no fingerprints where they matter. Outside, the yard noise has thinned. The convoy is already ahead, moving into the pre-dawn roads. You step out and start walking fast. You don't run. Not yet, because if anyone sees you rush, they'll know something is chasing you. Pre-dawn turns the road into a gray tunnel. You pull into the rural way station under harsh sodium lamps that make everyone look guilty. The scale platform sits like a stage. The guard's flashlight swings lazy but ready. You hop out before anyone can tell you to. You greet the guard with cash folded small, no speech, just the deal. He pockets it and pretends to care about paperwork. You point at the target truck, the one you need alone. You open your duffel, you pull out a clean duplicate plate and a screwdriver. You move fast, shoulders blocking the view. You pop the rear plate off the target truck and replace it. Metal clicks, screws bite, identity changes. The second truck's driver leans on his door and watches. He doesn't like that you didn't include him in the secret. He starts to ask why it's just that truck. You cut him off with a finger pointing down the road. Keep moving, no questions. You turn to the kiosk. The scale panel is old, cheap, and easy. You tap the corner you know is loose. The numbers glitch. The guard frowns on cue. Scale error, the guard announces to nobody. Reweigh. You wave the target truck into the side bay like it's routine. Like you're helping, the convoy rolls on without it. Tail lights stretch and shrink until they're gone. Now the target truck idles alone under the lamps, boxed in by wire fence and your choices. You listen to the engine. You listen to your radio, and you feel how quiet a trap sounds right before it closes. Dawn breaks behind a cattle fence line, pale and flat. You block a dirt farm road junction with your lead SUV, hazards flashing like you're the good guy. Dust drifts through the air in slow sheets. The target truck pulls up. The driver climbs down, boots hitting dirt hard. He wants answers. He wants to keep moving. You don't give him comfort. You give him a problem. You get under the truck with pliers and a grease rag. You loosen the airline coupling just enough to make the brakes act wrong. You smear grease like a fingerprint of bad luck. It looks like a blowout issue. It smells like a breakdown. The driver kneels, squints, then looks up at you. Skeptical, not stupid. Your hired escort SUV sits behind, too eager. Your escort nods too quickly like he wants this to happen. Your phone pings. Cartel HQ requests a live location check-in. You answer with a clean little update and no emotion. You keep your hands dirty. Then you switch radio channels and feed the rival team the new turnoff marker. You wave the driver back into the cab, follow you, no stops. He climbs up, still watching you. You point down the washboard track that chews tires and swallows witnesses. And you drive first because leaders don't get to pretend. You pull off at a roadside cutout and crack the trailer doors just enough to slip inside. Thin daylight leaks through the seal like a knife. The driver holds the door, trying not to look nervous. Your escort stands lookout, pretending the world is empty. Inside, shrink-wrap pallets stacked tight. Labels stare back at you. You climb in with a box cutter and start slicing a corner, hunting for the cash bundle you were promised. Cardboard opens. Plastic peels. And then you see a face where a box should be. A passenger is wedged behind the load. Alive, gagged, wrists cinched with zip ties, eyes wide and furious. You recognize him from ledger photos you were never supposed to see, a former cartel accountant. The kind of person who can name names without needing a gun. You pull the gag for 1 second to confirm. He tries to speak like it's a weapon. You tape it back immediately. The driver recoils and starts to form a question. Your escort lifts his phone like he's about to film proof for somebody. You slap the phone down hard. Not here, not now. You drag the accountant deeper into the shadows behind the pallets. You don't kill him, you don't free him. You choose the worst middle option. Keep him alive, keep him hidden. You climb out and close the trailer doors. You snap the seal back on. Now you're not just sinking a shipment. You're carrying a secret that can erase you from the earth. Late morning heat bounces off fuel pumps and a tin awning. You park crooked quick. The driver honks from the truck like a metronome. Your escort leans on the SUV, acting bored, acting armed. You step into the corner with a payphone and a charging station, the kind of place where nobody asks names. You pull out a burner and scroll to a police contact who likes easy wins. You send a tip, stolen export truck, wrong route, urgent. You hit send and feel the line tighten around your neck even though nothing touched you. Right after, your radio buzzes with cartel counterintel. Their order drops with no warmth at all. If anything goes off script, you execute the driver on camera. Proof. Loyalty, terror, you answer calmly. You keep your voice steady like you're already obeying. Then you twist the dual channel knob. You talk to the rival ambush team and tell them to hold fire until you signal. You make it sound like you're in control. Your escort steps closer and asks if you need video. You don't answer. You open the glove box and take out the small action camera. It's light, too light for what it's about to cost. You weigh it in your palm. You imagine the driver's face in the frame. You imagine the boss watching. You pocket the camera. You walk back out into the sun. You get in the SUV, and you realize you're not choosing between good and bad anymore. You're choosing which proof kills you first. Noon hits like a hammer. The improvised checkpoint is real, not your fantasy version. A rope barrier cuts the dirt road. A patrol truck sits angled, ready to block. 2 armed officers stand in open light like they want to fight. The target truck idles behind you. The driver grips the wheel so hard you can see it in his shoulders. The checkpoint commander steps up with a sidearm and a smile that never reaches his eyes. He wants control. He wants payment. He wants someone to blame. Your planted tip worked too well. You take him to your SUV's shade like you're negotiating. Then you press a pistol into his ribs where nobody can see. Metal into flesh, choice into consequence. You shove a false seizure report form into his hands. You give him a pen. You lay the forged manifest pouch on his lap like it's holy. He starts to protest. You lean closer and make it simple. He signs or he bleeds out in the dust and his officers watch. His pen shakes as he writes. Ink scratches paper. His name becomes your weapon. You point at the report. It blames a customs chief. It claims a clean seizure. It creates a paper trail that points away from you. You order the officers to escort the truck down the side road for processing. You say it like procedure. The commander stamps the report. You rip the top copy free and fold it tight. The driver looks at you through the windshield, eyes locked on yours, begging without words. You don't look away. You just wave him forward into your corridor of lies. The scrubland cut through rattles your teeth. Thorn bushes crowd the track. Sunlight strobes through branches as your SUV bounces hard. You keep checking the mirror. The target truck swerves behind you, heavy and slow, fighting the road. Your escort shouts into the radio, trying to sound brave. Then the rival pickup appears too early, too close, coming in hot from the side. Gunfire starts without your signal. Bullets chew into an escort vehicle you didn't plan to sacrifice. Glass pops, metal screams. The convoy stops in the open, stranded like livestock. Your radio crackles again, cartel counterintel, calm voices. They tell you they have your location. You look down at the manifest pouch and finally understand. The tracker is sewn into the seam like a hidden tooth. You yank the pouch out. You tear the stitching with your hands until fabric splits. You find the small device and throw it into a ditch as far as you can. You hear the rival shooter waving you forward, demanding you finish the driver on camera. He wants proof too. Everyone wants proof. Your escort screams that the truck is stuck. Wheels spin, dirt sprays. The driver refuses to get out. He knows what the camera means. You grab the action camera anyway. You lift it toward the driver, framing him like an execution order. Your finger hovers, then you lower it. You rip open the truck door. You cut the driver's seatbelt with the box cutter. You drag him out alive, rough and fast, because you can't let either side on the footage. You shove him toward the narrow side track leading to a culvert. Move. Behind you, the gunfire keeps talking, and you feel the map collapsing, every route turning into a dead end with your name on it. Sunset turns the clearing orange, and the smoke makes it look like the sky is burning too. The trailer is a charred frame now, twisted ribs and blackened steel. Paper floats and curls into ash around your boots. You pour fuel like you're erasing a mistake. You torch what's left of the truck. You scatter stamp forms and torn manifests so the story looks simple. Accident, ambush, total loss. You take your own jacket, soak it in fuel, and toss it into the fire. A piece of you goes up in flames on purpose. A cheap stand-in for your body. In the SUV rear under a tarp, the accountant lies gagged and breathing fast. Cash bills are everywhere, stuck in brush and lying in the ditch like a trail you didn't mean to leave. You drag the accountant toward the SUV, playing to vanish while everyone argues over the wreck. Then you notice the glint, not headlights, not sun, phone lenses. Multiple silhouettes stand in the tree line holding cameras steady. They don't rush you, they don't shout. They just film, patient, certain. You freeze because you understand what that means. The boss's men are already here. They're not here to stop you. They're here to document you, to capture you alive next to your staged death, to record the accountant, to record the cash. To record the betrayal in one clean shot that can be replayed forever. The accountant's muffled breathing turns frantic under the tarp. A silhouette raises a hand signal. The filming continues without a word. Your hands stop working. The SUV keys slip from your fingers and drop into the dust. You can't talk your way out of video. You can't unsign a stamped report. You can't unburn what you burned. You took the deal for a new life, and all you built was proof that you don't get one. You stare at the camera lights in the brush and realize the story will be told without you, on their footage, as evidence, and there is nothing you can do that makes it disappear.